Hello folks, it's a great day here at Postcard Marketing 2019 because every new day is a day of opportunity, and a day without using it for an opportunity is a lost opportunity. Today I want to talk to you about some very special tips and tricks of the trade used by marketers of Postcard Marketing 2019. But first I want to remind you that in the description box below each video is a narration of what was said in the video. However, sometimes I get off track and add in other things that I'm thinking about at the time while I'm recording. And sometimes, because I'm trying not to read straight off a script or memorize a script because I want it to be natural for you, I might forget something. So in the next video, then I would add it into that script there in the description box, and that's regardless if I remember to add it into the video, the next video, or not. So I wanted to make sure and bring this to your attention so that you know that you could be missing a lot of information if you're just breezing through these videos without reading the description box. And also likewise, in the description box, there's always a list of links that you can click on. For instance, for the various cash clubs and so on and so forth. You click on them, or if they won't click, you can go copy them and paste them into your browser. But you'll come up to the websites that I'm talking about there in the description box below. And so what I wanted to talk about now is the description of the video I'm about to make for you, which is the trade secrets of Postcard Marketing 2019. Now, I don't want to just go ahead and read this script and sound like a broken record or something. So I'm going to go ahead and click out of this. However, I did want you to realize that I was very extremely careful at this point in time before I started this video to make sure and write down in the description box a complete word-for-word transaction of what I wanted to say, regardless I remember it all in this video or not. Okay, so I advise you to please go there and read this full, complete description too when you're done with this video. Now we can relax a little bit. I figured I'd give you a little different screen to look at this time. It's kind of rainbow colored there, kind of like that one. On the left you see the Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. And if any of you want to know how to invest in Bitcoin, stuff like that, go ahead and leave that comment down there in the video box, in the description box below, and I'll look at that and I'll see what I can find for you. So you can always put a nice comment, or if you have a question, something like that, go ahead and put that there in the comment section. Okay, so what I want to tell you about right now is some secrets that many marketers use. Some of them overuse these secrets and kind of kill it. We call that overkill. And some of them don't really use it at all. But what's happening, for instance, let's say you go ahead and you market, say, 1,000 people. What's going to happen is you're going to, first of all, look at the response that you're getting. And I want to mention that, by the way, you should have hooked up, or you should have, an autoresponder either through the programs that I gave you for your free gift, or your own, whatever way you're doing it, but you really should have an autoresponder. And that way, for instance, you can look and see if you go ahead and don't find anybody going to your autoresponder, your opt-in page and opting in, there's something wrong perhaps with your postcards. Maybe they don't like that postcard. Maybe it's not attractive enough to them. Or maybe they think it's a postcard from some other program. Or maybe, for instance, they've already purchased this program, but how would they know that from your opt-in page? They won't unless they do opt in, which then will show them your web page for whatever product it is you're advertising. So you see, the autoresponder, besides being a selling tool, it's a research tool, and you use it to go ahead and see how many people or how good your card is, your card that you're offering, that you're mailing out, your postcard. Now, in Postcard Marketing 2019, when we talk about using the autoresponder, the opt-in page, then once they do opt in, let's say you mailed out to 1,000 people, and maybe 900, that's kind of a high number, but 900 opted in. We're just using this for an example. But let's say 900 opted in, and you only had like 10 signups. Okay, what does that tell you? It means they either did not like the product you're trying to advertise, or they already have that product. So you might want to send out a different postcard advertising a totally different product than that. And they might not even want a product in that category. For instance, if you're doing a cash in the mail program and they don't seem to like that, you might want to just hold on to that list instead of marketing any more cash in the mailbox type programs to them. Save that list for later. And when you come across a different kind of program, then go ahead and feel free to shoot a postcard over to them again concerning that new opportunity that you have. On the other hand, let's say you opted in, same thing, say 1,000, and you opted in, they opted in, maybe only 100 opted in. But let's say 90 of them bought into your program. How incredible is that? And what does that mean? And how could that possibly be? Well, it sounds like they really love your program. It was affordable, it was cheap, they could get into it, so they wanted it, they did. So you really want to market to them people. Well, why did so many few opt in? Well, apparently, maybe with your business card, it looked like a postcard. It looked like a postcard from some other opportunity that they already had or did not like or something. So you'd want to change that postcard around and send them out a different postcard, because obviously the people on the list who did see it, did opt in, did see your website, they bought into it, they loved your program, and they didn't have it. So it's pretty much shows you what the rest of the list is like. You just got to get the business opportunity in front of their eyes. Now, so how would you do that? You could change the postcard, or for instance, like with Elite, they don't like you changing the postcard or whatever. In John's system, the Cash Club Fund, he doesn't care. You're making money, he's making money, everybody's making money, everybody's happy. But with the Elite, they don't want you changing the postcard around, rules after rules. So maybe send them a flyer now. Several ways you could do that. Like a flyer is like an 8.5 by 11 sheet. It could be 1, 2, or 3 sheets or whatever. You could fold it up into thirds and put it in a size number 10 regular standard envelope. You could put it in a 9 by 12, leave it flat, put it in a 9 by 12 envelope. There's all kinds of different ways and things that you can send it to them differently. You might even try the same postcard, only send it in postcards are about 4.5 by whatever, 6 or whatever. So 5 by 7 envelope or whatever, like a greeting card envelope. Send that postcard to them in an envelope, and they're going to think maybe it's a greeting card, especially if it's a colored envelope for some reason. Because most holidays and so on and so forth, they come with colored envelopes. So that helps get them, catches their attention and gets them to open that envelope and see your card and see that it's not the same old junk that they've received before. But anyways, I wanted to emphasize the situation that you need that autoresponder, the opt-in page, and so on and so forth, because that's as much a research tool to help you as it is to sell. For instance, I told you that in a previous video, it's very important to have 30 days worth of messages in there for your audience, because that could be a difference of times 10, a multiple of 10. And do you want just those 10 sales like we talked about in the first instance I mentioned? Or if you had a 30-day autoresponder series, that could easily turn into 100 sales. Now, do you want 10 or do you want 100? Now, I've told you plenty of times, both up above in the banner picture called the header to my channel, on the bottom right-hand corner is a free gift, and that's the global profit system, and it's got three different opportunities in that. I'm not going to talk about that right now because it'll take too long, but it does have a easy website builder, just all kinds of stuff for one program. Another program is your AWeber autoresponder, and then to make you really stand out from the rest of the crowd, this is what I'm talking about, you have the ClickFunnels in there. And if you're even really lazy, don't want to go ahead and custom build it all the way, there's like a handful of custom built ones in there from Ben that he put in there for you. But when you use that ClickFunnels, see that autoresponder to that page there, rather than your regular autoresponder page from AWeber, it makes you look really high class. So people want to go ahead and opt in there so they can see what you got. They say, who is this guy? This guy's a professional. Now, that's basically what it's about, is getting the mail opened and or, like in direct mail and or in the postcards, getting the postcards to get read. If they don't read them and go to the website, it does you no good but waste your postage money. So I talked about different ways you can send out the same advertisements for the same program, using flyers, using postcards, using different kinds of envelopes. Something else you can do is you can take a mailing list and take two separate programs, like for instance the Elite program that I showed you, that I talked about, and the Cash Club. You can go ahead and send half of your list, say you buy a list for 1,000 people, and to 500 people you send one program, 500 you send to the other. They both come off the same list. Now let's see which one the people are signing up to. Then for that list, that's the program that they're buying into. That's the one that you want to advertise to the rest of the people more than once. Another thing you can do is send out a postcard for both at once in the same envelope. How or why? Because actually this can really help you, because say you buy a list of 1,000 instead of splitting it up, okay, you're going to see right away which one they like, but also for later they already have that postcard. And I'll tell you what, right now, if you were to split it up and send half the members, half of the list to the Cash Club Fund and the other half to the much more expensive Elite program, many of them are going to want the Elite program because of the kind of money it pulls in up front, but they're not going to have money for it. They're going to have to wait and save their money, and you're waiting to make a sale, and you need to make money. You need cash. You need to do something fast. Now, on the other hand, see if they had both